Hey, this is Don from Padlock Technologies again with another video. This is going to be a continuation of the certificate video with OpenSSL that I did a couple days ago. Now, if you haven't seen that video or you don't know anything about OpenSSL and you want to see how to create a certificate using OpenSSL the long way, basically going through the wizard, I'm going to put that video right up here. Go ahead and watch that, get familiar with OpenSSL, and then come back to this video, or not video, this video, because I'm going to talk about how to create a certificate using a .conf file or a configuration file. So for the most part, it's pretty much the same. The only difference is you're going to be using a conf file or a .conf file to actually put all the things that you need to create the certificate, and you will not have to use the wizard. So what we're going to do here is let's cd into my downloads. Again, every network engineer should know some basic Linux commands. So we're going to go desktop, and we're going to go search. I just updated Mac OS to 26, which is kind of cool. I like the little window, liquid glass thing. So let's go ls.l. Let's list it here. So all you see here is the old certs. You see the CA in here, the CA certificate, and the conf file conf basically, and old certs. We're not really worried about old certs. So what we're going to do is we are going to, let me cat this. I'm going to cat the conf file first so you can see what's in it. So as you can see, these are the requirements here for the file. You got the requirements, the required distinguished name, which is the stuff that you would fill out in the wizard, and you got a couple other constraints here, and then you have the SAN, which is what you can actually put other names in there. So what we're going to do with this, I don't know why that just happened. What we're going to do is I'm going to vim, and hopefully I have vim here. So let's talk about Vim. So Vim's been around for basically a long time, and I used to hate Vim. I was a nano person, and it was really superficial why I was a nano person. It's because if you tell somebody to use Vim, they usually quit Vim because they don't know how to actually start typing in Vim. That was the reason I originally hated Vim, because you have to do an I for insert, and then you can actually start typing. But I didn't know that at first. So what we're going to do is we're going to change this to the common name to testcert.ptl. So we'll just do testcert here. And then obviously this should be an email address. So we'll just make that an email address this time. And then here at the bottom, what I will do is DNS0 is the first. So that's just going to be testcert.plt.com. And if I wanted to give it another name in the SAN, right now I have a wildcard. But let's just say I want to do test cert 1, all right? And then we go to another DNS name. DNS2 equals test cert 2. DNS.3 equals, test cert 3 there, all right? So now we're done typing. So what do you need to do to get out of this? This was another reason why I used to hate Vim, because I didn't know how to get out of it. You just do quit or Q. Sorry, it's escape. Escape will take you out of insert, and then when you want to save, you do shift :WQ. Now, if you do Q, it just quits without saving. So that was Vim in a nutshell. Now, the difference, and I don't know if I have Nano on here. I might have to see if I have Nano on here, but of course, always allow. I hate when I upgrade stuff and it does all kind of weird stuff. Let's ls. Now, I'm not sure if I have Nano on here, so this may not work. Oh, I do. So this is Nano. Everybody loves Nano for some reason. Now, Vim, you could do some scripting in it, but once I got used to Vim, I'll Nano it every once in a while. But it gives you a lot easier way of, like, you could just start editing right now compared to Vim, where you have to hit I to actually start editing this. So if I wanted to get out of this, I would just do Control X to get out, and that's really it. So it's whatever flavor of you know, text editor you want to use. I'm used to both of them. So again, and they got NeoVim. So I'm used to both of them. So either one that you get, good with, use that, right? I'm not going to tell you Vim is better than Nano and vice versa. Use whatever you want. So now let's clear this out real quick. So we have the conf file and we have the CA. So what we're going to do, like I said before in the original video or the other video, we're going to generate the key. So OpenSSL gen RSA out test key, and we're just going to use that as 2048 as the key value. So that's going to generate that. So we should have the key here. And here's where the magic is going to happen. So we're going to clear this out, ls, just to make sure we know. And then we're going to do open SSL requests, new, same structure like we did last time. Key, test key. Now we're going to do dash conf, right? Or it's dash config, sorry. Dash config, and then conf def conf, right? And then out test cert dash CSR. So now you notice it didn't go through the wizard like in the other video. It didn't ask me to put a password like in the other video. So we do ls there, we have the CSR there, and if we cat test cert CSR, that's the CSR. Same CSR that we generated from the last one, but this time we didn't go through a wizard. So what I need to do here is we need to actually open up, oops, over here. Sometimes my mouse goes all over the place. We need to open up our CA here. So we're going to log into our CA, grab that. And it opened up the full window here. So the first thing I'm going to do is I will grab the certificate. I don't know why that keeps doing that. All right, so I grab the certificate here. Let's pull this over here so you guys can see it. And then we're going to paste it. The web certificate for this example. So now we have our certificate. So go to the folder, and we'll call this test cert. Now let's just examine the certificate real quick before I copy it over. So we'll open it up, and we'll go to details. And if we go to subject alternative names, as you can see, all those subject alternative names that I put in the configuration file is in the SAN, right? And then if we go to subject, here's the subject here. So here's everything that was in that conf file that got pushed over from actually got submitted when I did the CR, created the certificate. So now that we got the certificate here, I'm just going to copy this, put it in the folder directory. I'll paste it in there so we no longer need to see this anymore. So we'll just get out of here. And then we will clear this again. So now we have that test.sir. Now watch this. Watch what I'm going to do here, because we do have the certificate. What I'm going to do is rename it using CLI. And to do that, you're going to use technically the move command, but you can rename using the mv command. So what we're going to do here is we're going to do mv test cert dot cert, and then we're just going to do test cert dot cert. And now we remove the sir out of there, right? And that's how you just do it through the CLI. Again, could I have gone through Finder and find it and then rename and do all that? Yes, but I'm already in the CLI. You can do everything faster through the CLI. For my network engineers, never lose your CLI ninja skills. You need to keep those because you can do stuff a lot faster in the CLI. So now that that's done, now we just have to generate the PFX file. So just like in the last video, let's clear this out real quick. And I do clear a lot just so I can start fresh. We are going to do OpenSSL, PKCS12, export, out. We're going to call this test cert A, just in case I have a test. No, I don't have a test right here. So we'll just say test cert PFX. And then we're going to do in test cert. We're going to do in key, and that's test key.key. And then we're going to do cert file, ca cert. Done. And then I might have fat fingered that password. You do a password for it. And we are done. We clear this out here and do LSL. And then we do anything with a .pfx. There's our PFX file that we upload to our firewalls or to other appliances. And it has the certificate that was signed. It has the public key, private key pair, and it has the CA all in one file. So you don't have to upload those things separately. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you wanted to see how to do it through the wizard, again, I put a card up in the beginning of this video to point you to that. But if you don't want to scroll back, I'll put it up here again. Watch that. Learn how to do it that way first before you learn how to do it with the conf file, right? Learn the hard way, the long way, and then start looking for shortcuts on how to speed it up, right? If you're going to ask me what I use on a regular basis, it's the conf file. It's a lot easier, and you can just reuse the conf file over and over and over again without having to go through the wizard and type the same key, because I've seen people fat finger things and cause an issue. It's a lot easier to catch in a notepad or Vim or Nano or something like that. It's a lot easier to catch a mistake there than after. So if you enjoy videos like this, please do not forget to share, comment, like, and subscribe to the channel. Post this on your socials, repost it, because somebody else probably wants to know how to do this. And now you have a video to show them, like, hey, this is how you generate, certificates using a conf file in OpenSSL. This is Don from Padlock Technologies again. Thank you, and have a nice day.